Hello, everyone. It's time for Vanished Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanas. This is episode 199, season 8. Today's date is February 14th, 2023, and happy Valentine's Day, everybody. On today's show, coincidentally, I'm going to talk about Valentine's Day candies from businesses that have vanished in Chicago. So this will be interesting. Also, I'll do a wrap-up of past posts on my Vanished Chicagoland Facebook page, on Facebook, of course. So it'll be an interesting show. Okay. Right now, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Listerine. And here's an ad from the early 1970s. Here are two actors you may recognize. So after the commercial is played, I will tell you who they are. And you might not recognize the woman, you might recognize the man, or either, or one or two or the other. We'll see. Okay, so sit back and enjoy, everyone, and I'll be right back. Thank you.
We asked Vinnie Plumeri what he thinks of the taste of Listerine.
Listerine? It tastes...
Cool it, Vinny.
Well, we asked.
Yeah, you gotta be tough to take that taste, mister.
Tough? I use it. Sure, it's got a tough taste. That's why it works. Kills germs or can give you lousy breath. And if you got lousy breath, even the fastest wheels in town won't get you to first base around here.
Oh, Vinny.
Listerine Antiseptic. It's got the taste people hate twice a day.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Listerine. This is from the early 70s, mid 70s. The people who are in this commercial, I will reveal right now, are actor, it's actor Mandy Patinkin. And the woman in the commercial, believe it or not, is Gilda Radner. She's talking that funny voice. You wouldn't recognize her immediately. Yeah. So it's them. Two wonderful performers. Gilda Radner from Saturday Night Live. Unfortunately, she passed away from ovarian cancer in 1989. We still miss her. Mandy Patinkin, still alive. He's acting off and on. He's a wonderful, wonderful man. He used to live in my old neighborhood in South Shore. And he had prostate cancer, but he's doing okay, just like me. So that's a cool commercial. Listerine is still around. It's not very tasteful. It's medicine-y. But it has improved. It's got other flavors, but it still works. It's a good product. Just remember Lister Mint? I used to like that. That was in the late 70s and early 80s. Before I get started with the show, I'll give you one quick thing about my health. This past few days, I've resumed walking, but not on my driveway. I walked around my neighborhood. Yeah, I really did. Went like 4 blocks. I was gone for about half an hour, 45 minutes. Felt nice. Not a brisk walk. So we'll see, because the weather's cooperating. It's very nice. And then it's going to get cold on Friday, like 30. Oh, that's a shame, but that's okay. It's one day. So I'll see if I walk today. I'm a little busy. Something's come up and I got to do something. So I'll try. I'll do my best. Okay. At the beginning of the program, I said this is what the topic of the episode will be, is Valentine's Day candies from businesses that have vanished in Chicago. I'm going to talk about my memories of seeing those on store displayed in front of stores, or when you went into the store, department stores or independent stores, drug stores, you name it. So let's get going. So let me start with my earliest memory of that. Uh, I think it was when I was probably in the early 70s when I lived in the Roseland neighborhood in Southside. I used to see those displayed in Gately's People Store. That's a department store on 112th Street in Michigan. Also, there was at Kresge's. Remember that? SS Kresge's and Company. That turned into Walmart. Or Kmart, excuse me. Ooh, don't mean to offend that. Yeah, it turned into Kmart. I also saw them at Kmart, too. And they had them on display. They had the heart-shaped ones, of course, red with the ribbon and all that. And so when you went inside, I don't know, when you went inside the stores, there's that smell. I don't know, that candy smell. You know, like if you go to the candy department. Also, Sears had a candy department as well. I remember when I went downtown with my mom, when the Sears store was located on State Street by the corner of, Congress, Van Buren and Congress Street. I remember seeing that. Yeah, that was a good memory of that. Also at Woolworths, they sold Valentine's Day stuff all the time. Cards, candy, flowers, not real flowers. Maybe sometimes real flowers, but plastic ones. Why not? And sometimes candy was brought in at school, in grade school. You know, we always had a Valentine's Day, a special day for that. I think the teacher would bring candy, and she would share it with us, and we used to write cards, to each other. It was like that. I received a couple. I was lucky. Let's see what else. Okay, and then when I moved to the other neighborhood in Ashburn, it was at Fort City, and I used to see those at Woolworths, Montgomery Ward, J.C. Penney, which is still there. Any Weebles, they had their own candy. They had a place called Candy Town or like that. That was I don't know if it was at Fort City. I think it was the one on State Street. And let's see what else. There was a candy store called the Lemon Drop in Fort City. I'm sure they had Valentine's Day candy there, but they sold candy all year round, and it was a cool store. It really was. It was very nice. Let's see what other stores were there. That's about it basically. But drugstores that I remember when I was growing up in the 70s, of course, Walgreens, they still do that. But also, let's see, Super X Drugs, they had Valentine's Day. They had a big display of that. It was in Fort City. And the two drugstores in my neighborhood were Crestline Drugs. That was on 79th Street and South Pulaski. And also Edwards Drugstore. I don't know if they had a Valentine's Day display. Maybe they did. Maybe they sold Valentine's Day cake. You probably did. You probably did that. And, and let's see what else. Also, there was two independent candy stores that I could think of on my top of the head. One was Dove Candies. That was at 60th Street and South Pulaski. I think they did sell that. And Cupid Candies. They have a factory and a store on Southwestern Avenue on the south side. They had stores all over, like in the 50s and 60s. But then it downsized to about a couple. The most well-known one was in Oak Lawn on 95th Street, east of Cicero. And that was there for a long time. And also one in, I think, Tinley Park or Orland Park, around there. They've been closed recently. The owner died, and I don't think the son, not the son, I don't know who. One of the kids didn't want to continue. But Cupid Candies is sort of continuing in somewhat way like that. But Dove Candies, no, and it came. But the Dove Bar is still around, with the ice cream with the chocolate covered. I love those. Oh, those are good. But I think Dove Candies, the little ones, the chocolate, they're real rich. They come in dark chocolate as well. Oh, that's delicious. And other candy companies that mostly in Chicago were Dutch Mill candies. They were very popular for a long time in the Chicagoland area. I think they went out of business around in the 70s. Sort of remember. I never went to a store like that, but they did advertise Valentine's Day a lot. Also, there was Andes candies. They had them all over the Chicagoland area. And there was one location. There's a picture that's circulating around the internet. That's at 63rd and Halsted. That's in the Inglewood neighborhood. And of course, they had downtown locations. But the Little Andes candies, the mint ones, they're still available like that. Also, there was Demet's candies. They were there for a long time. They had the turtles. They had ice cream. They served ice cream like that. Also, Dutch Mill served ice cream at one of their stores downtown. I can't think of anything else. So some are around, some are not. Mostly are gone, but some remain. The funny thing about Valentine's Day candy is, like in the old days, you would take a bite. They won't show which one it is. You would just take a bite and go, ugh, and you put it back in the box. It's kind of disgusting. But now now it's like they have a map or like a list, and they show and the picture of each candy what kind it is. Also, Fannie Mae is still around. A long time ago, it stopped production briefly, then it returned because of the public outcry. So thank goodness for that. My favorite are melt mintaways. I love mint. Oh, I love mint. Those are good. I have a box right now. It was given as a gift, a Christmas gift for a friend of my brother's. So I try not to eat them every day. I eat them like every other day, maybe one or a couple of days, because they're delicious, but it's fattening. So let's see. So I can't think of anything else right now of Valentine's Day candies. Of course, they advertise on TV. With Hallmark, with the Valentine's Day cards, big business, big business. Flowers are big business as well. Guys buy it for their sweethearts, their wives, and that's kind of cute. It really is. Okay. Right now, I'm going to play a commercial. This is a commercial for Woolworths Valentine's Day sale. And this is from 1987. So sit back and enjoy, and I'll be right back with the rest of the show. Thank you, everyone.
Welcome to Woolworth, where there's always something worth shopping for. Every Valentine will love these hearts and flowers and loving thoughts expressed ever so beautifully with Buzza Gibson cards. Or 1 pound assorted chocolates in heart-shaped satin boxes, now $4.99. Most Cherie chocolates even sound romantic and taste good too. They're just 2 for $3. And as you shop, stop in at our restaurants where we are featuring a cup of Maxwell House coffee for 10 cents when you purchase a patty melt platter for $3. At Woolworth, where shopping for values is a tradition.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Woolworths from 1987, the Valentine's Day sale. Wow, a patty melt. I haven't had a patty melt in a long time, especially from Woolworths. Remember Harvest House? It was at Fort City. Oh, they had good food. They had the Woolworth Grill at Fort City. A lot of people from my own neighborhood remembered these places. And it was a great place to hang out. The food was excellent. I remember their hamburgers. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, the Harvest House was a cafeteria, very nice. Not a cafeteria type. Well, it was, but it was a little comfortable, like that. It was right next door to Woolworths, of course. Anyway, right now I'm going to talk about my past posts on the Chicagoland on my Facebook page, on Facebook, of course. So let's get started. Somebody sent me some ticket stubs from movie theaters, and they're from the 1980s on the South Side. And there were three of them. The three were uh, Chicago Ridge Theaters. That's still there. I go to the movies sometimes there, but it has been changed because it's a stadium seating and it's very comfortable. I love it there. It's very nice. Also, the Double Drive-In Theater that was on Southwest Highway. Also, not also Southwest Highway, but it was Columbus Avenue in Chicago, right next to Zare, Wisely grocery store. Went there a couple of times. Also at the Evergreen Theater at Evergreen Plaza at 95th Street and Western Avenue in Evergreen Park. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so it was very nice. That guy sent to me. I couldn't think of his name. But he asked me just to go ahead, just post that. Please do. And I said, thank you. It's very appreciative. And then I posted a picture of Bob Bell. Of course, he played Bozo the Clown on Bozo Circus for many years. His birthday was January 18th, and I found a picture of that. So I celebrated his birthday. It was a rare photo of him. He's standing in front. He's just leaning against the bleachers and he's resting, and that just took off. That was like, whoa. That was like, but it was in black and white, so that was kind of cool. It's kind of nice, like that. And of course, the memories came, and people remember going to the show, waiting for tickets, didn't get tickets, and on and on and on and on, like that. Okay, next post we have is I found an empty soda can. It was a yummy soda from Jewel Foods. Remember that? They had the yummy cola, yummy root beer. This one is a cream soda. A lot of people like the cream soda from Canfields, but the one from Yummy, they like black cherry. They missed that. They said it was excellent. I never had it. I wish I did because it sounds good. I like black cherry ice cream. Like that. Let's see what else. Oh, I found a menu from the restaurant. It was called the Carousel in the Sky. And that was located at the Morrison Hotel. It was on the corner of Madison Street and Clark Street. Remember that? And they said it was a nice place. It was on the penthouse. It was beautiful, like that. And I believe the hotel was closed about in the mid '60s, and they tore it down. And that's gone. I think right now is the Thompson Center. I could be wrong, but I think it's the Thompson Center. Let's see what else we got. I posted a photo. This is a video arcade from 1982. Oh, those were the days when you went to like for Aladdin's Castle. I went to the Wizard of Games at Fort City for a while. You play video games. I had an Atari at home. The three games I had were Space Invaders, Asteroids. I think I had Pitfall. I think my brother had that. I played. That's the only three I remember. Pac-Man. I didn't have it at home, but I did play it at the bowling alleys, Scottsdale Bowl on the south side in Chicago, and also at Fort City Bowling Center. They had Pac-Man there. I played for a while I was in college, or started when I was at Daly College, and I hung out with my friends. So that was a fun time. I liked that. I really did. Next post, that is. I posted a photo of the entrance of the Marshall Fields department store, Water Tower Place. Now, times have changed, and then it turned into Macy's. Then it's gone, and then a lot of people are made some rude comments as always. So I deleted all because we want to remember what it was back then. Hopefully, it is filled. I think it's the Harry Potter display, and they have the Dr. Seuss there, but they need an anchor store like that. They were supposed to bring a Target, but that deal fell through. But there's a couple of Targets around the area, in the Water Tower place area. So this one was from 1975. A lot of people loved it. Water Tower I haven't been there in ages. Not I think about maybe 20 years. So it's still in business. There's still stores, but it's not the same. But retail has changed. People shop online. It's this generation. They don't want to get up and exercise or browse, which is not healthy. I mean, I love to browse. I like to look around. I'd rather buy something. If it's clothing, I'd rather buy it in person, not by Amazon. Suppose it doesn't fit. You got to pack it up, send it back. That's a hassle. Oh, pain in the butt. No, thank you. Okay, next photo I posted was a photo from the Chicago blizzard from 1967. And this was it looks like it's from on Sheridan Road up on the north side. It's kind of nice. I have a video on my YouTube channel under my name. You can enjoy it if you like. It's kind of nice, and the memories just come in. I've said this before many times about my memories because I was about 3. I remember the whiteness in my living room when I lived in South Shore, and my mother told the story where she was cooped up for about a week or two, and she made her own bread and got enough. Thank God my uncle's store was about a half a block away, so that was rough. That was really rough, like that. So everyone has a story when there's a big event like that. Okay. Next up, I posted a photo of the checkout lanes at a Zare discount store. It's not a location, but remember it was very colorful. If you remember, with like that, and remember Zare very much. I miss the store. It was kind of nice. They had everything you needed, reasonably priced sometimes, but just went away, just like Venture. I remember the Zare on West Columbus Avenue, right near next door to the Double Drive-In Theater. There was one on 111th at Cicero. I didn't go to that one much. No, not really. Okay, let's see what else. I found a photo, excuse me, in the Chicago Tribune. It was a picture of a man. He was the president of Chicken Unlimited Enterprises, so he headed Chicken Unlimited. His name was Kegem Yeragosian. Excuse me. And this was from January 28th, 1973. The chicken was good. There was one at Roseland on 111th in Michigan. Excuse me. Got some water. Mm-hmm. And so that was kind of cool. I didn't know who owned it until when I found the photo last month. And he lived on the southwest suburbs, and I wonder what country he's from. I don't remember. So he started, him and his brother, I think they had a hot dog stand, and then they started the business in the late 60s in Chicago. It was a big hit. Overall, a lot of people loved it. They still miss it, with the Wham burgers and all that. And locations popped up everywhere. And their sons, I believe, owned, the Red Tower record store in Orland Park at the Orland Square Mall. That's what I was told. I think it was, they did. It was there for a long time. Yeah. Excuse me. So that was kind of cool. I heard he sold the business after that, and then that disappeared, which is a shame. Okay, let's see what else. Do, 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 do. I found a card that features the disc jockeys from WCFL AM in 1000 in Chicago. And this was in the 60s, and this was kind of nice. And the DJs they had were Jerry G. Bishop, Joel Sebastian, let's see, Dick Williamson, Jim Stagg, Ron Britton, and let's see, Barney Pip, and Larry Lujack. Larry Lujack worked there for a while. And that was an interesting station. Someday I'll talk about this station because that was legendary, and it's historical and very memorable to most Chicago listeners. So that was kind of nice. I found that. Okay. Next up, I found a matchbook from the Silver House restaurant. Oh, that restaurant was at 82nd Street in South Pulaski in my old neighborhood. I used to go there quite often. It was like a diner, not a diner, family restaurant. They had good food. So right now it's a Mexican fish restaurant. I heard it's very good over there. Believe it or not, when I posted this photo of the matchbook, the owner sent me a message. He says, "Thank you for posting this." And he was in Greece. Yeah, I think he's in Greece. Yeah. So his son is still there. And I said, "You're welcome." So I was going to ask him, "Do you have a menu of this restaurant?" That'd be kind of cool. I would love to see a menu. I don't know if he does. I have no idea. So I'd be kind of, who knows? Maybe someday I'll ask him. I'll ask him. And he can send photos. And I'll post it. And a lot of people from the old neighborhood went there all the time. It was 24 hours, just like the White Castles on 79th Street on Pulaski Road. And so when you were out and about on the weekends or on a Sunday after church or go out for dinner, that was the place to go. It was kind of nice. It really was. I miss the place. I really do. Next up, I posted a brochure from 1988. It was the Shockwave roller coaster from Six Flags Great America in Gurnee. And this was not, it wasn't, at first I put Marriott's. That was a big mistake for me because that changed in the early 80s. And Shockwave didn't last very long. Some people claim it was a good ride, but then they got cricks on their necks and all kinds of stuff. I never rode this. I've been to Great America twice. I rode the Demon. I rode that, the roller coaster, but not the Shockwave. I saw the Shockwave. I saw it when I went there. I did not ride it. Thank God nobody asked me to do that. That was fine. Okay, the next photo I have is it's a photo of two boys in their living rooms playing a video game. Atari, of course. I noticed their joysticks, and there was an on TV, a subscription box on top of the TV set. Oh, that was cool. You know how on TV it was introduced in 79 or 80? I think in Chicago it was introduced there, and it was broadcast on Channel 44 WSNS TV, and it started from 7 o'clock until 2 o'clock in the morning, and then there was regular programming. And it lasted about 1980, I'm saying 83, 84, and then it went bye-bye. And there was Spectrum TV, which was on Channel 66. It was WFBN, later changed to WGBO. That lasted about a year and a half. Was competing like that. That was from Minneapolis. It was the same thing. You paid to watch movies, unedited. And of course, and on TV they had adults only late at night. So you scramble and you try to unscramble and you try to watch. Oh, that's a funny memory of that. It really is. Okay. Next up, there were some photos from the Ford City Bowling Alley, from the Ford City Bowling Center. Excuse me, located at the Ford City Shopping Center in Chicago. The photos were provided by Bill Slosarisk. I'll pronounce his name. That was kind of cool. This is right before they closed, and when they were posted on my Ford City Mall Facebook group, these were beautiful. And I remember the alleys, also the red pin, and they had the telephone. So when the red pins show up in front of the pins, you would call someone from the counter and you say, I want to, there's a red pin. So whoever was at the counter would keep an eye on it. And if you hit a strike, when you bowl a strike, you get a free game. I did that a couple times when I went there bowling. That was fun. It really was. And I remember there was a picture of the pool tables. Then the video games came. Yeah, I remember the pool tables. I remember the lockers. I think they were very colorful. They had different colors like that. That was a fun place. The bowling alley closed in late 88, something like that. Oh, it's a shame. That's too bad. That's the one sport I'm somewhat adequate in. Besides pool and maybe a little miniature golf. Others, no. Forget it. I won't go into that. Okay, let's see what else. Another picture of WCFL AM. This one was a this was a station wagon featuring the logo. And this was at a parade on State Street in 1960 in front of the Mandel Brothers department store, which eventually becomes Weebles. And it looked kind of nice. And that's a nice photo. It really was. I don't remember Mandel Brothers, or is it Mandel? I don't know how they pronounce it. Because I wasn't born yet, but that department store was there for a long, long time. And then Weebles moved in. It's at 1 North State Street. I had a job there one time about 10 years ago. It was at the Weebles building. I only worked there briefly. It's a long story. I don't want to talk about it. Let's see. All right. The next photo I have was on February 5th was National Weather Person's Day. And I found a TV guide from the Chicago Tribune TV Week, and it featured Harry Volkman. He was my all-time favorite weatherman. Oh, I loved him. He was wonderful. He really was. And a lot of people liked him. And also, they talked about other people in the weather, other meteorologists like Tom Skilling, John Coughlin, John Coleman, P.J. Huff from the late 50s and early 60s. Oh, he was great. Jerry Taft, Jim Tillman. Yeah. Wonderful men. They were. My mother was crazy about Harry Volkman. She really was. She liked him a lot. I talked to his son Eddie from time to time. He's a good guy, nice man. He follows me on my social media accounts. I talk to him. I say funny things. He's funny. I like him. So that's good. Okay, let's see what else. What do we have here? I found a menu from Henry's Hamburgers. Remember that? They were in the Chicagoland area. Not very long. Well, quite a while. Like in late 50s to the early 70s. People love their hamburgers. Better than McDonald's. The locations, to tell you the truth, I never went to one. I wish I did. There was one on 79th Street in Cicero, right in the corner. The corner is Burbank and Chicago. A lot of people remember the one, a lot in the north side. There was one on Fullerton and Central. There was on Western Avenue near Belmont, right across from Riverview Park. They remembered that. Yeah. So I wish I'd eaten there. I wish I did because I'm addicted to hamburgers. I love them. They're my favorite food of all time. But got to be careful like that. Okay, let's see what else. See what we have. Ron Santo Pizzeria. Excuse me. I found a sign of him. I believe this was located in Park Ridge, Illinois, on Northwest Highway. He had a location in Rockford, also in Kankakee. I don't know how the pizza was. I never eaten it. They were sold at Wrigley Field, and he went into business. I think he opened a chicken rotisserie place later on. That's what some people said. I'm not sure. I don't know. But in the 60s, this was opened in the mid 60s, and pizza wasn't popular. It was popular, but not as today. So I did that because of National Pizza Day. So Ron Santo was a good man, very nice man, and I guess I don't know how long it was there. Maybe a few years. That's it. I don't know. Also, Burt Bacharach died a few days ago. He was 94, and I found a concert ticket. He performed with Dionne Warwick from July 13, 1991. He performed at Poplar Creek in Hoffman Estates. A lot of people miss this place. They really do. He wrote classic songs that are still played on the radio, still listened to. Very talented man. Very talented indeed. Also, I found some 3 wooden toys from Children's Park in town. Some have the stickers on them. The Toy Star, that is. The one with the locations there was one on 63rd and Cicero. There's a few on the north side. There was one on 92nd and Commercial in the South Chicago neighborhood. I went to that one when I was little. And then it turned into Toys R Us. And then that went away. But now it's returned, and it's at Macy's downtown on State Street. We have a section. I hope it stays. I hope it does. Okay, let's see what else. I think that's it. Okay, I posted a photo of a CTA bus. This is the 56 Milwaukee bus route. And in front of the bus is the Bouchel ad. And, of course, they had the famous phone number. Bouchel Rugs, Hudson 32700. I'm going to do it again. Hudson 32700. I can't do it with that deep voice. That commercial was shown all through the 70s, early 80s. You just remember they had the prefix with the letters. So that was shown all the time on television, mostly on Channel 9, Channel 32, during the movies, when you watch movies like that. Yeah, it's kind of nice. Okay, and then last one, I found a matchbook from the Nevada restaurant. This was located at 6800 South Pulaski Road in Chicago. And this was on the southwest side near my old house. I know the owners. I know their kids. They went to school with me and my brothers. That was a great place. It was open 24 hours. It was just like the Silver House, the same thing. Very nice place. And it was a great place to hang out. It really was. Okay, let's see what else. That's it. Okay, so that's it for the past posts of Van Chicagoland. Okay, so that's it for the show. So for episode 199, I talk about Valentine's Day candies from businesses that have vanished in Chicago. Also, I did past posts on my Vanish Chicagoland Facebook page. Episode 200 is coming up this weekend. I will not tell you what I'm going to do. This will be a special weekend. I will post it on my social media accounts, what I'm going to do. Still have to think about it, but I have an idea. Okay. So once this episode is posted, it'll be available wherever podcasts are available. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Overcast, Breaker. Also be on my YouTube channel, Vanish Chicagoland Stories. Also be on my blog, vanishchicagoland.blog, and also on my social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, etc. And so, this is Pico Stylish, your host for Vanish Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you again for joining me today. Happy Valentine's Day. And I hope you have a great day. It's a beautiful day. I hope I'll go. And bye-bye for me. And here's a little traveling music from Ray Rayner saying bye, bye, bye. Take care, everyone. So long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.